Hello, and welcome back to the Big O podcast. I am so excited to be back with you today because I want to talk to you about something that has really come up for me this week, and that is the absolute importance of creating space. Now, as we go through life, we find that certain things kind of build up, and sometimes there's things in our lives that we just do not align with anymore. But what's happened is we've gone through and we've become comfortable, and basically clutter has happened, and this can happen in so many areas. Now obviously it's quite visibly evident in regards to things like our wardrobes and under your beds and the cupboards and all those spaces that you can physically see the clutter and dust that builds up, right? Now, what I'm actually thinking about is taking that work a bit deeper, because actually, when we have been living in all the shoulds, all the good girl vibes, all the ways that we think we should be, then what can actually happen is we end up with like a life clutter. And what's become incredibly evident to me where I am right now is that this clutter needs to be cleared as much as the physical clutter in our environment. Because basically, when we have this clutter and we are spending time with people that we are no longer aligned with, for example, we are putting effort, our energy, our time into relationships that are no longer serving us, if we are doing things that we do not want to do or do not bring joy. So perhaps you have committed to working or doing something or meeting friends that basically do not fill you with joy and you don't want to do. When we do that, we end up filling up our lives very, very quickly. And it means that we have very little left with regards to our own energy, our own capacity, and also actual time left in the day. Now, when you clear space, it can be quite a painful process, actually, because it really takes a huge amount of commitment to your own self awareness, to your own pleasure. And I talk about this so much in my online group program, Evolution, when we go through and we get in touch with our pleasure code, our unique pleasure code. And that gives us such a huge amount of self awareness to what brings us pleasure in our lives. But that insight is pure power. When you know what brings you joy, when you know what brings you pleasure, when you know what you are or are not aligned with, when you know who you want to spend your time and energy with, what you want to spend your time and energy doing, you have a huge amount of power right there. You get to reclaim it. And when you clear space, basically it means that you need to go through the process of disconnecting yourself, untangling yourself from all of the things that are in your life that drain you of that power, that drain your energy, that drain your time, that consume you. Because when you are being so fully consumed by the things that you do not align with anymore, there is no time or space or capacity left for anything else. And something that has become so clear, and I'll use an example of something that happened today actually for this. But something that's become so clear is that unless you clear your mental, physical, emotional being, unless you clear that, then there is no further space for opportunity. And often this opportunity is unexpected. So the example that I'm going to use for this is just really, really simple. It's something that actually happened to me today, was that I had a Tesco shop being delivered. Now, had I have not gone through this process of clearing my time, clearing my space, then what actually happened during that would not have happened, because I ended up entering into a conversation with a delivery driver who was going through this kind of big life change themselves. and they were talking about what they want to create, and was incredibly excited and empowered by this, was talking about this kind of network that they want to create to really empower young people to follow their dreams. Now, obviously, this is kind of my passion and my thing here. So we ended up in this really incredibly deep and meaningful conversation about the possibility of it all, and where to kind of go and where this stems from. And honestly, it was so bizarre. It was the weirdest exchange and interaction that I've had in a very long time. But what was incredibly clear to me at that point, when I was having this conversation with this complete stranger, I might add, complete stranger, never met before, was literally there delivering my Tesco groceries, okay? So was there delivering my groceries and ended up in this conversation, which was just so deep and meaningful and so inspiring, because it reignited my own passion about, holy shit, this is it, isn't it? There's other people in this world that are fully passionate about this and are going to do this, but to a different audience. And it was just such an inspiring conversation. Now, this really highlighted this need to clear space for me, because if I had not cleared the space in my life that I needed to, then I may not have been the one there to be there for when the shopping arrived. It may have been that I had my children around me running around and would never have been able to enter into a conversation. There could have been so many numerous possibilities that could have prevented that from happening. Now, actually, that was just such a beautiful conversation, which, who knows, in the future may lead to kind of working together in some capacity or another. And wouldn't that be amazing, just from this chance, purely because I had cleared the space in my own life for that opportunity to arise? So I just wanted to highlight that. And I also, something else came from this, is that obviously this person at the moment didn't know me, I didn't know them. I was there in my home and they were there delivering groceries to me. Now, it would be so easy to pass people by and to completely underestimate the depth of them and what they have going on in their life, but purely because we entered into a conversation and, I ended up discovering the path that they'd been on, and they obviously found out a lot more about my path, and this connection was made through that shared passion for what we do. And it would have been so easy for me to have just been completely brushed off that person, and for them to have not bothered trying to enter into any kind of conversation with me either. And what it really highlighted was the power of listening to others, because it is so crucial for you to understand that you have no idea what a person has experienced and what passions they have. And you cannot tell that from meeting someone for the first time. It really takes listening. It takes clearing space, clearing your own energy, so that you have the capacity to allow opportunity to come into your life. Because if I had not cleared the space, if I had not been open to listening and talking, if there's just so many things, if I had not been there and been present, then that opportunity would have passed me by. And that just highlights the importance of this so much. And I think that this is something that happens all the time in life, but we can be so distracted. Perhaps we're procrastinating, scrolling on our phones, consumed by our emotions. And this is why I'm saying this total cleanse, this total clearing of our mind, our body, our soul, our environment, of it all, is just so essential. So what I want from you today is, if you're listening to this, wherever you are, whatever stage in life you are, the message I want to make incredibly clear is that giving yourself space, clearing your energetic and physical space, is crucial to allowing opportunity to manifest in your life. Absolutely crucial. Because if you are filling your time, your mind, your energy with, other people, with other things, with jobs, with all of this that does not bring you joy, then where's the space? Where is the space for anything new and beautiful to come into your life? So I really, really hope that you resonate with this message and that you take it on board. And I would love to continue this conversation with you. You can come and find me on Instagram at Joyous Misfit, or of course you can find out everything that I do. And if you want to look into working with me in a different capacity, then come to joyousmisfit.com. That has all the information, particularly about my group program, Evolution. I can't wait to speak to you soon, and I will hopefully hear from you on my page. Bye now.